Hey there guys, happy Thursday. I hope you've been enjoying the weather here in Richmond, Virginia. It's beautiful. Well, today is Thursday, so it's seller education, and we're going to talk a little bit about what is a property disclosure and what do you need to disclose as a seller to the buyer. Well, property disclosure is just a little form. I have it on my other desk there, and it says, hey, this is the address, and Mr. Buyer, you need to go to this website to learn about your rights as a buyer. That's what you need to give a buyer. I am from Pennsylvania, and I know when we sold a house in Pennsylvania many moons ago that we had to, I think it's called disclaim. Here, you as the seller, you don't have to disclose anything. You do not have to tell the buyer anything except if it's something that the buyer could not discover during their inspection. So for an example would be termite damage. Let's say you know that you had termite damage and it was covered up by a wall. A buyer could not discover that during normal inspections because they can't see between the walls. You would have to disclose that. But if you have a leaky faucet, you don't have to disclose it. If you know the HVAC is bad, you don't have to disclose it. You as the seller in Virginia do not have to disclose. It is a buyer beware state, caveat emptor. Here's the rub. Who has to disclose? I do. So as your real estate agent, I would have to disclose if I know that there's an issue. So if I helped you buy the house, say 5 years ago, and you knew that there was an underground oil tank and never took care of it, and I knew that there was an underground oil tank, I have to disclose it to the buyer when you go to sell it. And that's only if you didn't take care of it. If you told me, hey Shannon, listen, I know the roof's bad, I know that it leaks, I would have to disclose that to the buyer. You as the seller, you don't have to disclose it. But me as the real estate agent, I would have to disclose it. Where disclosure gets a little dicey is, let's say you get your house under contract, yay, and the buyer does their home inspection, and they turn in the inspection, and let's say it doesn't work out for whatever reason. Guys, sometimes it doesn't work out after you get through inspections. Once I know of the issues that come up through the inspection, we have to disclose it to the next buyer. So, couple things to do. One, if you know something's broken, do unto others as you would do unto yourself, right? Like if you know there's a leak, you want to have that taken care of anyway because you don't want it to get worse because the damage that leaks cause will come up on inspection, and then the deal could follow through because it wasn't taken care of, and like maybe there's not a meeting of the minds for whatever reason. Maybe the repair items exceed a certain dollar amount and you can't afford that. It's just better to take care of it up front. But in the beginning, you don't have to disclose anything unless it's something that the buyer could not find during normal inspections. But I have to disclose it. So it's just best that you take care of little things up front though, because if it does get to inspection, the defects will be found by a good inspector. And if that deal falls apart, so that's the other thing to take into consideration. You might say, well, I'm not going to fix it. But the problem is at that point, I know about it and I have to disclose it. So it's something we can definitely talk about in your own individual situation. But I just wanted to go over that about disclosure because a lot of people, when they move from another area, they either come from an area where you do have to disclose or you disclaim. And they're very surprised that Virginia is a caveat emptor, buyer beware state. Buyers are especially surprised by that the seller doesn't actually have to tell them really anything. If you have any specific questions on this, feel free to hit me up in the messenger, put your question down in the comments, and if you would like a copy of the home selling process guide, I see Krista is watching. Krista got these printed for me. Thank you so much. She does, if you ever need promotional items and stuff, she's amazing. I can hook you up, message me for her contact. But if you would like the home selling process, it's your guide from listing to sold, let me know. Send me a message with your email and I will get it out to you in the next 24 hours. It tells you how we determine the value of your home. It talks about our marketing plan, how buyers find a home to purchase, preparing your home for sale. It's some tips for scheduled showings. It's got tons of great stuff in it. So feel free to message me and I will get that to you. I will be back on Tuesday with some bio tips. And again, I'm Shannon Milligan from RVA Home Team, powered by eXp Realty. And I hope you have a lovely weekend. Bye, y'all.